Yes, thank you for being here today. I appreciate Senator Murray you giving me this opportunity. Dr. Levine, are there school districts that are open in Pennsylvania and some that are closed?
Well, Senator, thank you for your question.
We're short on time. So are there school districts, some open, some closed?
There are some school districts which are remote and some school districts which are in person.
Okay. Has there been a public health analysis to see those that have been open? Has there been a massive spread of COVID that's different than those that have stayed hybrid or all remote?
I'm not aware of that analysis, but
Okay, if that's my impression as well, which is across the country we've had some school districts open, meaning kids going to school, others absolutely closed, kids only going on remote. The evidence doesn't show so far that those that have been having kids in classrooms are seeing a spike in COVID cases. There are also countries that kept their schools open. They haven't seen a spike in COVID cases. I don't understand why our schools are still closed. There are some of us who feel it's a submission to the teachers' unions, and because they're such big donors to the Democratic Party, that the administration is saying, oh, we're not at state levels, at the federal level, we're not going to push to get our schools open. But you know, grocery store workers are working, drugstore workers, taxi drivers, EMS workers, healthcare workers. But there's just as much a priority for our kids to be educated. And I just can't understand why, given the fact that the data doesn't show that there's a problem for teachers or for families having kids going to school, we got to get our kids into school. The administration is proposing $170 billion going to education as part of the 1.9 COVID program, but only 5% of that is getting spent in this year. 95% is for years down the road. It has nothing to do with getting our kids safe and our schools open again. I don't understand why the administration does not directly encourage all of our school districts to open again. And if we're going to send out $170 billion, which I don't support, but if we're going to send out $170 billion, it ought to be linked to them agreeing to get their doors open and get the kids back in the classroom. That's my chance to make a point, and hopefully you'll take that point to the administration in the responsibilities you have.